Well, good morning, good morning. I'm ending the year in typical Beth fashion. I have recorded a 15-minute video with the camera not being on. Okay. My husband is here, so he came with my mail, which included an Allie Edwards kit. This was one of the papers. I'm trying not to get the glare on it. This was also turned into little tiny orbs on acetate. Love this. Also, my e-bond book came. And it's a little smaller than I thought it was going to be, but that's okay because I still love this. And some of, how I've been inspired by her tremendously. And just love this. You can see my orbs that I've been playing with in circles all through this. This is where my brain is. Even that little tiny one is just, this is my brain and my heart right now. Even this, I just love it. And when I discovered her at the last half of this year, oh my gosh. Those colors are not mine at all, but I love them all together. Love this. The front book, the front page in here, love this black. Love it. When I discovered that she was the same person that I loved her fabric, and I love her mixed media stuff, I'm like, well, that's a no-brainer. And then I started running with these circles on everything, in everything, on everything, and oh, by the way, in everything, and just ODing on circles. That's why. And it has brought me to where I am at the end of 2024. This is the last page in my book, and I have a ton of paper here to the right, just a ton of scraps from this whole month. And because I made more paper along the way, normally I do, made more, didn't use some of what I created. The whole shebang. These are those flowers, and that it's in transparency. Oh, gorgeous. And so I'm going to just, the prompt is Rudolph. I've already had 2 deer prompts. I had Prancer and I had reindeer, I think. So to have a 3rd reindeer in here, I don't know if I want to do that. So it's going to be abstract, mixed media, using up my scraps. Allie Edwards meets E-Bond meets Christmas meets the end of my paintbrush. I don't know. But I had already said all that for 20 minutes. And then I realized the camera wasn't on. So here we go. I'm going to do a voiceover. There's going to be the kitchen sink thrown in on the last page. My favorite all-time quilter is a lady in San Francisco. Her name is Margaret Fabrizio. If you've been here since the summer, you know that I went out to San Francisco to visit family and friends, but I drove then to San Francisco to see a quilt installation. She was in a building lobby with Joe Cunningham and another lady, I think. Anyhow, her quilts just grab my heart. They're not unlike anything I'm not doing right now. They're just wild. But every 7th quilt she makes, she uses up her scraps. And so this is my 7th quilt today. What is the word? Rudolph. So, Rudolph, here we come. Let's just see what happens, because I have no clue. No clue. The only thing I know I want to do is make it colorful. So let's roll up our sleeves and get going. Now, I had a heart with the original reindeer on it. As one does, or at least I do, my project took a different turn from the beginning of the month and what I thought I was going to do. And because I like to work intuitively, I like them to just kind of be free-flowing, and I don't restrict myself to today I'm going to put yellow on the left-hand side. I don't do that. I just don't. I don't know. I don't have enough willpower. I don't have enough thinking in advance skills to do all that. Sometimes I wish I could, but I do know that for me, working intuitively, working and letting the paper just dictate what it wants to do, leads me in a direction that I like in the end. So if you give me chocolate chip cookies, I'm okay. If you give me chocolate chips and maybe some cookie dough an hour later, I'm even better. So this is kind of how I look at that. Do you know I have gained 5 pounds this week? Oh, I'm not knocking myself down. I'm going to wait until all the good food is gone, and then we're having beef broth for a week. Not really, but I'm like, this is how easy it could be if I just ate willy-nilly again. And the next step is insulin, and I don't want that. So I have until the 6th of January, when my blood work is done, to get the 5 pounds off. And that is only self-imposed. So, and I know some of it's fluid, hopefully. Hopefully, I'm betting on that. Anyhow, but I got on the scale today and I'm like, oh my Lord. Now, I'm hoping my tennis shoes were heavy. It is what it is. It's the holidays, and it was fun, and that was our main event, was food. And each other. So I'm not going to knock myself over for it, but I'm like, that's how easy it could be to just balloon back to where I was. My skin wouldn't be all wrinkly, because my skin is so wrinkly now. I have to work out, because it was stretched, and now it's not. It's 5 more pounds stretched, but it wasn't stretched, and it's just, there's wrinkles everywhere. And even my sister, who hasn't seen me since Thanksgiving, she's like, you have wrinkles on your neck now too. I'm like, shut up. Anyhow, I don't want to talk about that. So I'm in my closet doing a voiceover, because they are working on the eaves of the house, where they have to take a bunch of rotten wood out to put siding back. And so it quits falling off in high winds. Before, they've been just covering it up with siding. And now they have discovered that the wood is rotten, and that's why the siding keeps coming off underneath the eaves of the roof. I don't know what you call that. Faceting, whatever it's called. I don't know. So what am I doing? I'm taking my scraps. I'm going through them, and I'm sorting them for things that might fit on blank pages in my Hobonichi, or blank spots in my Hobonichi. And I'm going to do, like the rest of the month, I'm going to do just catching back up in my Hobonichi. Day 22. Day 22 is the Procreate Feliz Navidad. I put that in the comments again, because I thought it was day 21, but it's day 22. I'm pretty sure. And so hopefully you see that. I have to say these things when I think about them. But there's blank spots in my Hobonichi. There's a couple blank spots in this journal. So I'm just like doing cleanup the rest of the month. Cleaning up my desk, cleaning up my Hobonichi, catching that back up. But I'm sorting my paper into things that can go on blank spots in my Hobonichi, or blank pages. Or I might do another page like this and then put it on one of the blank pages in the journal, the project, December Daily. I'm not sure. But I'm kind of putting color, getting all the colors I used, and dispersing them around this white piece of paper, white cardstock. And I'm, if you could see, I'm saving 3 or 4 purposely little tiny pieces of one of each purposely saving one piece of each color. And I ripped the deer here so that it can be in the under layers. Oh no, I think the guys are coming back and the dog is barking. And I think they went to lunch and got more wood. Now they're back. Closet door shutting. Okay. So I'm going to add another layer on top of this, or 2, but I'm purposely going through these scraps and saying, oh, this might be good here. This might be good here. This is going in the big piece box that's right behind me. But I wanted each color to be thoroughly represented and on the top layer represented in its full glory, like only yellow, only green, only red, only pink, only blue, etc., etc. But on this underlayer, it can be, willy-nilly of all the colors I've used, including black. But just cleaning up this pile that's been next to me, growing and growing. There's another one on the shelf above me, growing and growing. So just kind of taking advantage of this. Oh, there's the dinosaur. That's going on my Hobonichi. Taking advantage of this project to clean my table off here. That's really messy. Very messy. Now, some would say it stays messy. Some would say, even I would say it stays messy. But anyhow, all in all, I'm thinking of some of the stuff that Ali Edwards has done lately in mixed media. This Ebon book that I just got is just like, I must have looked at it 3 or 4 different times last night for over, a half an hour each time. And it's only like 15 pages. But just like, oh, what did she do here? Oh, what did she do there? Oh, how did she make that layer look like that? So then I decided I needed a little bit more black. Thinking about the page I did the other day and thinking that the black just made stuff pop so much just because it adds so much of a contrast. But in my education, that's what it does. But then I wanted to add some more layers on top of this. And I do. I held my breath on one of them, but in the end, spoiler, it all works out. Well, that paintbrush ain't big enough, I know that. But I wanted to add kind of like a slight ghost layer. I don't know if that's what you call these, but I wanted white circles because I was thinking I was going to put stuff on top of the white circles. Just hold on. Hold on. And it kind of, in my thought process, when you take a bunch of pieces and connect them, it kind of brings it all together as one piece and makes it all look like it was not intentional, but that it all works. It makes it look like I knew what I was doing, but not, no. So then I put this black Neocolor 2 on top of the white, and it was wet, and I knew that, and I wanted it to run a little bit, and that's why I did it like that. Then I added purple and some white spots, just to represent the piece page, because I really like that page. But, and then I went in with my sepia color Neocolor 2, which in the end, I don't even think you see this, but I'm like, nah, that's not the right, because it's more of a warm color, and these are all brights in kind of like primary colors in a way. I'm like, nah. So this is a new trick I've taught myself. A wet layer can go underneath a piece of deli paper, and then you don't get your stuff wet. Theoretically. Theoretically. That's the process of that. But I decided, before I finished drying everything, that I wanted to take out some of this. I know it's under there, and that's great, but I wanted to take some out. And I just go willy-nilly with a wide paintbrush, and remove some of this. It's still there, and it's still part of the story, but I moved a little bit of it out of our right in our, it's out of our face. And that is Rudolph spelled in another language. those drones that are up in New Jersey somewhere, this is the language they speak. They speak Rudolph. So then I had a lot of extra black paint. So then I went on these red circles that I made earlier in the month and just kind of scribbled on them with that black paint. And they'll be used next month for something else. They're no longer Christmas. So they're abstract circles that are bright and vibrant. But I have to say, me adding this big brush strokes of black makes me so happy in the end. It's different. I have black everywhere. But it just did the same thing that putting those little black spots on that other page a couple days ago. It just is a vibrant end result of mark making, I guess is how I could say it. But I love this. I love this. Does it look Christmassy? No, but all the papers are from a Christmas project. And it's a good way to be after Christmas and end the project, and a good way of saying thank you. And this was the final straw. That is Rudolph in a drone alien landing language. I love this. But then all along, I knew I wanted to do a little tiny ode thank you to the paper for this month's project. And I wanted just a little cluster of each one of those colors that I've used and be on top. I love this. Have I said that already? I love this. This is me in the most happiest place I can be. Not a chocolate store, not a potato chip store, well, maybe. Not a Frappuccino store, well, maybe. Not a fabric store, well, maybe that not too. Definitely not a diet store. This is my happy place. Give me some paper and some glue and some scissors, or maybe not even scissors. I'll just tear everything. And let me make some clusters on top of something else I already painted. So much fun. Clusters, paint, clusters. That is not a bad thing. And I love this. I cut out some of the pink and just have a border of stuff and put it on top. This, I would buy fabric that looks like this. I would wear a dress that looks like this. I know. Christian Dior is rolling over in his grave. I don't care. I don't care. I would be so happy. So then I write Rudolph right inside. And I love this. Love this. At the end of this video are a couple little pictures from our day yesterday on Christmas. And the majority of them include a furry, loud barking animal. But, he was cute at times and a pest at the other times. But still worth taking pictures of. Thank you for watching. I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye.